Who wants to talk about feminism? Because that's my favorite topic.
Actually, did you know about feminism?
So
No, shut the fuck up.
Just kind of going. I'm gay. I'm just gonna be talking about all the stupid shit that I've gathered throughout this entire year alone. And I've jotted down in my phone notes everything that I've seen on social media, and I have a list, right? I printed it out. So, and there's a lot more that I added on to this as well. It's essentially like, I think the note is called "Stupid Shit Feminists Say" or "Stupid Talking Points," but fuck it, let's get right into it. Yeah, let's go. All right, so, dear God, where do we begin? So the first thing that I have written down in my notes is the T app, but that got taken down. But essentially, if you don't know what that was, it was like a app for women to leave their disgruntled dating experiences, essentially doxing men. And then there was another one for men, so both of them, down the shitter. But the second one I have here, I should have fucking numbered these. Call Her Daddy is Andrew Tate for females. Okay, that's pretty. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not trying to like endorse or whatever in terms of like Andrew Tate himself or any of like the red pill manosphere podcasters or content creators on the internet. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to reason with feminists here. Not really, because there's little to reason with them about, but how come Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, how come her podcast, which is essentially what it is, it's Andrew Tate for females, how come that can get like millions of dollars, a shit ton of like sponsorship deals and mass recognition, and is socially acceptable beyond belief, and she espouts some of the most like degenerate, sexist, third, fourth wave feminist bullshit imaginable? I mean, some of the stuff Andrew Tate and some other like like Fresh and Fit and whatever, some of the shit that they talk about when it comes to women is like whatever, like I don't agree with everything they fucking say. I don't watch them also, but I don't think everything about the red pill community or the manosphere space is like negative. Like, that's just there are some valid criticisms there about women in the dating market, but it's just funny that Alex Cooper basically does everything that Andrew Tate has done or said or whatever, and like it's perfectly fine because she's a female. I don't know, it's really strange. She also hires an exclusively female staff, other than like her husband. Like, I think she gave the company off to her husband or some shit like that, and he runs it, and he's like kind of a fucking diva in his own right. It's so, oh my God. But yeah, it's just baffling to me. How come women can have Call Her Daddy and that being so socially acceptable and like pushed and all of that, especially during like election season? I know they were trying to get Trump, but they were going to be talking about like women's rights specifically, and then I think he denied, and he went on some more like bigger, broader, I guess more dude-centric podcasts around that time. But she did have Kamala Harris on, and I was like, yeah, we know who you wanted to win, but I just don't get it, because I remember when, I think it was 2021, 2022, possibly, I'm pretty sure that's when Andrew Tate was getting like super canceled, and there was all this like weird stuff with him, like, human trafficking and whatever. I don't know the validity of any of those stories. I didn't really look too much into it. I'm just saying from like just like what he says about women specifically. It's just so funny because he had like all these big content creators. I think like Moist Critical and Mudahar and some of these other big like YouTubers, like maybe Pyrocynical, I'm not too sure, all talking shit about Andrew Tate. But then like you literally have Alex Cooper and the Call Her Daddy podcast, and they're just like completely, I don't know, like they're just like exempt from criticism or this type of judgment. I don't know. It's really strange. It's definitely a double standard. It's especially how like the advice that she gives to women is just so fucking bad. Like, sleep around with everyone, fuck like a guy, and I'm like, what the, like, it's if Andrew Tate said that to men, again, I don't know, I don't watch him, but I'm pretty sure he said something to that degree, like, you're a guy, you could fuck anyone you want. I don't know, I don't watch him, okay? Like, it'd be, dude, like, so many feminism people online will be like, oh my god, this is just old school textbook misogyny and all of that, but like, it's fine when they do it. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, Call Her Daddy podcast, absolute garbage tier. I'm surprised it's still up. Well, no, I'm not surprised. I mean, like, the amount of, like, misandrists and, like, fucking weirdos on TikTok alone are, like, the main general audience for that type of podcast. So I am not surprised in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, the Call Her Daddy podcast is just, it's a pretty good prime example of hypocrisy, I would say, personally, because you don't like Andrew Tate, who I think is a little bit lesser than what Alex Cooper is saying. I don't know, it's stupid, but it is what it is. Alright, the next one's actually really good because it's essentially feminist and misandrist weaponizing the male loneliness epidemic, which is hilarious because I think the first time I heard about this being a quote-unquote issue was like a Silent Hill 2 remake video, or just a Silent Hill 2 video from like some like feminist on YouTube. And yeah, that's the first time I ever heard about it. Now, at first I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's some kind of compassion there from women and feminists that, you know, maybe they're trying to see eye to eye on how men are treated within society. No. No, it all stems from like misogyny and patriarchal roots and how they view women and objectify women and incel. Somehow incels are a part of that. I don't know. Oh my god, man, like, it's so funny too. It's funny and sad and pathetic all at the same time. It's all bundled together because you go on like really anywhere. It could be fucking Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, maybe YouTube. Well, predominantly those three sites, right? Insta, TikTok, and Twitter. They all, like, whenever a man criticizes a woman on anything, like on blatant, obvious shitty behavior, fucking you get a brigade of like feminists coming out of nowhere and like this is why the male loneliness epidemic persists. It's like, bro, at this point the only people talking about the quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic are just women. Like, have you noticed that? I don't know if anyone has noticed that personally, but as a man, all right, and I'm into a lot of like nerd shit and I'm in a lot of like male spaces or whatever, like, we don't talk about being lonely. I feel like everyone is lonely to some extent anyway, including women, so that's just kind of here or there. It's more of a gender neutral issue. It's just how our society is at the moment. Everything is so desolate and just kind of cold and distant, but that's besides the point in terms of society and culture. I'm talking about like specifically the quote-unquote male loneliness epidemic. The only people that have been talking about it the most have been women who have very ill intentions for men. They don't like men, they hate men, they think all men are rapists, they think all men are all of these terrible things, and the only way the only way to fight back the loneliness is essentially be a stepping stool or a doormat for a lot of like female-centric policies and politics, or just be a complete waste. Like, it's sad, but that's what it is, though. That's exactly what it is. Like, oh, I'm a woman and I'm gonna do some of the most sexist, misandrist, terrible things, and I'm gonna say and rage bait all of this like shit about men on TikTok or whatever, and then you get valid criticism, valid pushback, because hate beckons hate, and then you say something like, this is why there's a male loneliness up. It's so weird. Like, for me personally, am I lonely? I guess it only gets to a point, right? Because I only get lonely when there's like absolutely no one around me and like times are tough. But as of right now, no, I don't feel that way. I know there are a lot of men out there and women who do genuinely feel lonely, and it is an actual crippling struggle for a lot of people out there to deal with. And I sympathize with that a lot. The thing is, as a thing, like I said in my notes, weaponizing the male loneliness epidemic, they don't care about you. They don't care if you're lonely. They just want to weaponize your own trauma, your own, I don't know, shortcomings to essentially further themselves, right? And that's what I've been seeing a lot on social media. They don't care about men. They care about themselves. They care about, and I'm talking about like feminists and like misandrists, those types of cows, not fucking like your average female. But yeah, it's just disgusting. It's so obvious too. Like, you don't care. I can go on your fucking Twitter bio and I can see all of the horrendous shit you said about men, and like all of the weird affiliations that you're associated with in terms of like politics that are directly targeting men. You don't give a shit. You want men to be gimps. That's what you want them to be. So that's my little take. That's my 5 cents on the male loneliness epidemic. I don't think really men talk about it at all anymore. I think it's really just a tool, a weapon for women to just punch down and belittle men, essentially. All right, I'll probably do 2 more. We're gonna make this into a series because fuck it. Why the fuck not? This one's really interesting. So, it is embarrassing to have a boyfriend, the British Vogue article. This one's hilarious because I remember watching some YouTube videos and some of the responses or some of the defenses from these women, and I think the majority of their takes were like, we do more in the relationship, which is I can't, man. I can't, bro. I can't. That's okay, whatever. Cap. But I put on Twitter, I said something and some guy called me gay, which was hilarious, and I really enjoyed that one. But I said that it's probably in the reverse because nowadays, and I guess I could just kind of, you know, knock 2 stones with 1 bird here. Essentially, if you go on TikTok or YouTube Reels or like Instagram Reels or whatever, Shorts, whatever the fuck they call them, like, girlfriends and wives treat their boyfriends and husbands like accessories for the social media videos, like everything, like pretty much everything. There's like a few accounts specifically that I don't know their names, but it's that fucking one blonde bitch. I mean, they're all blonde, well, not all blonde, but like 75% of them are blonde bitches. It's this one blonde bitch who, like, I don't know, she constantly goes out of her way to make her fucking boyfriend or fiance or husband look like a fucking retard, and it's like really infuriating. Now it's weird, right? Because yeah, you're mad at the woman doing that, but you're also like probably a little bit more mad at the guy for allowing it because, like, well, you know, pussy and all that shit, whatever. Anyway, for me at least, whenever I see like a fucking relationship between, I guess, someone around my age, so 20s, right? Like, yeah, you have like a couple and the guy is like holding the door open for her and all this. It's cool, right? Chivalry, blah blah blah. I feel like just how modern day women are and how they interact and what they say about men and how they view themselves and how they view men and how they view the world. It's just like, dude, it's kind of embarrassing to have a girlfriend, in my opinion. I think it's more embarrassing to have a girlfriend than the other way around. I really do, because with a boyfriend, he's probably going to do everything for you, unfortunately. He's going to be an absolute fucking boy toy, absolute lapdog for you. But the girl's not going to do shit for you because of, like, feminism. I almost knocked down my fucking shelf, holy shit. Like, she's not going to do shit for you because that's what, feminism and universities and videos have taught them. Like, don't do a single fucking thing for a man. Don't even reciprocate love or anything like that. It's just... I don't know. It's a wild world that we live in, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It's like, I really don't think it's embarrassing to have a boyfriend if you're a girl. I really don't think so. I feel like you get a lot of benefits from that. Hell, you probably do live much more lavishly if you're a wife or a fucking girlfriend and you have a boyfriend and a husband, because the husband has to fucking do all the heavy lifting, and I just... Damn, dude, it's so... I've dealt with this personally. Not that I was a simp. I don't do that anymore. Like, I've had a few chicks that I've been talking to, like even this last year, that have talked to me like fucking like I'm a rug, like I'm an absolute fucking mat, and I'm like, hell no, you're not talking to me that way. So no, I don't fucking play those types of games. But like, there's so many men that put up with that shit anyway just to get some pussy, and it's so like... This is both on the men and women. Like, the women gotta really... They gotta wise up on how they gotta wise up on how they treat men and how they treat people in general within society, because this whole princess fucking persona is absolutely disgusting and detrimental. And for men, you gotta stop acting like a bunch of simps just because fucking everything in your life told you that girls are like fucking rarer than diamonds or platinum. I don't fucking know what... You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have more self-respect. I feel like women need to Women need to show more respect outwards while men really need to show respect inwards. Like, there has to be some level of that, because I feel like men are just, I don't know, they're just rags. I mean, they're jerking it to like femboys and trannies and shit, because I don't know. Again, this is just a fucking yammering video, but it's just yeah. Bottom line is, women, just stop doing what you're doing, and men fucking have some self-respect, okay? Okay. We got the last one, boys. The last one for part 1 of this series, why feminists are retards or whatever the fuck. But anyway, this one is, I just fucking lost it. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Humiliation rituals, chopped men epidemic. So, yeah. Oh my lord Jesus Christ. The chopped men epidemic, chopped male epidemic, I don't know. It's so hilarious because I've been yo, I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's so funny because the amount of like women, and I don't like the whole like rating system. I don't do like the whole thing like, man, I think you're a 4.6, man, probably like on your way to a 5. Like, I don't do that shit. So fucking, it's whatever, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. Also, the rating system came back. Do you guys remember the rating system was like kind of a big thing around when Instagram first boomed? Like, I remember people like for a rate, like for TBH. Like, I remember that shit back in like what, 2014 or some shit, 2015. God, those were still shitty years. I don't know what I'm reminiscing about, but anyway, back to the chopped men epidemic. Yeah, this is hilarious. So if I'm just gonna stoop to that level, which I don't like, whatever, but we got a bunch of 4s calling a bunch of like average looking men. Like, we have, here's a good way to put it. We have average looking women calling average looking men who are on their fucking level chopped. Like, that's insane to me. Now, I know this has been fucking talked about everywhere, right? Well, not everywhere, but you've heard about this, right? It's weird because, like, I remember watching some, I think I saw something on TikTok or YouTube, like the Whatever podcast, right? Hold on, I'm gonna burp. Holy fuckaronies. Anyway, I remember seeing some clips on the Whatever podcast or whatever. Well, I gotta stop saying whatever. And it was like, they took a bunch of like these girls on the panel and they used AI to gender swap them to look like guys, and they all look like average or a little bit above average in terms of like attractiveness. And yet all of these women are rating themselves as like a 10. It's so hilarious because most men are they're very genuine about how they view themselves. Like, most men are gonna rate themselves at a pretty low number, like at least, I think the highest a man would give himself is a 5, if I'm being honest. If he's cracked gorgeous, right? If he's like fucking Ryan Gosling or whatever, or yeah, like he's at least gonna give himself a 7, right? Even though he's probably around an 8 or a 9. This is so fucking gay. But bottom line is, most like handsome, attractive men will probably give themselves like a number like 6 or 7. Oh my, yeah, that no, don't do that. No. But the thing is that that's kind of the reality. Like, men rate themselves significantly lower. But then you have like a fucking whale, right? You have a fucking slug with makeup on who says she's a fucking 50 out of 10. Like, holy motherfucker. Like, I'm looking around my room right now. Like that John Travolta me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand why men can be very genuine and well, here's the thing though. Let me play a little bit of feminist devil's advocate. A lot of women have a lot of like fucking self shame or like beauty insecurities, and so they're told by like Pinterest and Tumblr and girlies at like fucking Barnes and Noble or whatever, or high school or Facebook groups or whatever the fuck, wherever femcells dwell. They're like, oh no, you're fucking pretty. You're like fucking like Paris Hilton. Who fucking Megan Fox? What? These are outdated. You're like fucking, you're hot and shit. You're like a fucking a billion out of 10 or some shit. Like, real shit. And it's funny because, well, they're not. It's okay to be average, and I think a lot of women don't really know how to just be average, right? Because the majority of the population are average motherfuckers, and I think, and then they'll say something like, "Well, it's because of like the objectification of women, and women like are gorgeous and they're plastered everywhere within media and marketing." The same thing with men. There's hot, gorgeous men everywhere. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, that's all my Transformer, but I need to get a better shelf, bro. Holy fucking shit. Jesus Christ. Anyway, what was I saying? Right. Chopped people. Chopped up, not chopped up people, but like chopped men, whatever. Yeah, no, but I'm like constantly looking at that too. Like, I don't want that falling over. That's expensive as shit. Anyway, God, that's so fucking weird. It's like leaning and shit. Like, whatever, dude. What was I? Fucking man-spreading women for women. What is the? Oh yeah, that's gonna be for part 2. Pegging. Toxic. What? Oh. Yeah, yeah, so yeah, a bunch of average women, like, calling average men chopped is just hilarious because, like, I don't know. I feel like it's weird, like maybe as a response to them not feeling themselves, well, you know what I mean, not like in that way, but like, you know, them thinking that they're beautiful, that they overdo it, like, no, I'm a goddess, bro, I'm literally a fucking G, so, I don't know, yeah, so that's the last one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Go suck. No, I'm just kidding. But no, we got a lot more, bro. We got so much more. This is don't worry. There's gonna be scripted videos on this channel as well. This is just kind of like me, just like yapping, you know, just yapology going on here, man. There's bird hands. We're gonna be talking about bird hands. Oh, this one's hilarious. I think I really want to talk about this one, but it's men taking credit for women's work. Grift. That's. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but that's gonna be for the next video. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope the gameplay wasn't too fucking gay in the background. I don't even know what it is. It's probably like fucking, like, I don't know, like Dead by Daylight or some stupid shit. Maybe Rivals, Overwatch. I don't know. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Comment below. I don't even know what you will comment. Just comment and be cool and leave a like if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it, whatever. It's not your cup of joe. That's fine. And yeah, Ghost Spaced out. I need a better intro, but yeah, it's been Ghost Spaced, and yeah, have a blessed one. Peace.
I have to pee really bad.